Alright, the Neuhauser Bockerlbahn scenario from the master set. So this one is a bit different than the base game. Instead of rubble and shovels, we're going to be chopping down some wood. So that's the main difference here. Instead of having rubble cards everywhere, we're going to be chopping down some trees. But, you know, we're going to talk about it in the rules, but they function exactly the same way. So let's just start with what players get. Now, when you start, you'll get your 2 workers, 16 markers, but you also start with a steel bar, and you'll get a lumber card. We'll talk about that in the rules. As for the track up the mountain, just lay it like the regular game. You're going to put out your 8 stations, look at the top left, figure out how many track cards. You're going to use the new deck. I actually like to remove the 0, 6, and 7 because they're a little on the extreme sides. Get rid of those. Put out the rest. Using the top left icon, put the cubes on the cards as per usual. All that's the same. As for your overlay cards, there are 3 of them. For A, D, E, F, use the regular overlay depending on the amount of players, but for B, C, and G, those have special cards for this scenario. They deal with the chopping of the wood and using of the wood and so on. Scenario's the same. As for your contract deck here from the site office, there are 5 cards you got to remove. Just figure out what those 5 are, find them, take them out, tuck them outside. There are no surveyors in this scenario, another of the major differences, but the surveyor is going to count as an extra worker. Because the line is so big and there's so much work to do, they give you extra workers that you can get. So what I like to do is just shove them all in the pub. They're all ready to be used. I got your steel here, that's all good. For your trains, there are 4 trains they want you to use. And then you're also going to stack in 6 more from the base game. So in total there's 10 trains. That's kind of ridiculous, but you'll see in the rules that there's a reason for that. Besides that, everything plays as per usual. Oh yeah, one other thing. Replace your shovel with a nice axe. Sort of just a cosmetic thing, but let's talk about the rules. Alright, Neuhauser rules. Honestly, there's almost nothing to say. This is one of them that plays almost identical to the base game. We just have to talk about some special overlay actions you can do. But working up the mountain, you just treat wood like it would be rubble. So when the work rate is 2, you remove 2 cubes, so on and so on. It's just a cosmetic change more than anything else. The decks are quite similar too, so you'll see that they all range from 2 to 5, I believe, going up the mountain. Yeah, so the other big difference here is there's no surveyors. That's because you get an extra worker, but in the base game you can have at most 3 because of the extra train that gives you 1. Well, that's because in this scenario you can actually purchase 2 trains. So that's why you got 10 whole trains out here. So the way that works is at the start of the game everyone can purchase 1 train. When the purchase train event happens, that's when you can buy your 2nd train. It's sort of the reason why they let you start with a steel bar. It's because you can sort of purchase a train right away, and then when the event happens, you work your way to another steel bar and you can buy another train. With 2 trains and your original 2 workers, you know, you feed some coal into the next other train and you get your 4 workers. That's your surveyor and your other worker that you'll use in a round. As I said in the setup, the reason you have access to 4 is because the line is so long. It's much longer than any other scenario, so you need a lot of workers to excavate and do some work. Alright, so there you go. So that's the 2 major differences. Not much else to talk about. Let's just talk about some of these trains. So the way these work, the new trains, is they all have a similar power in the bottom right. They all have extra options to get your 3rd or 4th worker. So you can always just turn in a coal to get that 3rd worker, or you can move lumber onto your lumber mill to get the worker. So if you have this train, you can move 2 cubes onto your lumber mill to get the worker. Now, whenever you excavate or chop down trees, that lumber, it doesn't go into your mill. It's on like the side. And then you would use this action, or we'll talk about this action up here after, to move that lumber into your lumber mill. Now, lumber in your lumber mill is essentially lumber you could use to build in stations and to satisfy contract cards. So if you were to excavate 10 cubes and they would not be in your lumber mill, you couldn't use those 10 cubes to satisfy contracts, like here. So here you need 4 lumber, the shovels. You'd have to have 4 cubes inside the lumber mill to satisfy the contract. So that's how that works. So now let's just talk about the overlay cards. So this one just a cosmetic change. So instead of a shovel, it's an axe. So let's chop down some wood. And here, the new conversion card, instead of exchanging rubble into stone, right now you're doing rubble into coal. So that's an easier way to get coal. So I know in the base game it's super hard to get coal because you're going to have to sort of go into this action and get it from here. Now they give you a second option to get coal. And obviously that coal can fuel your extra workers. After that, there's also another option here to move 5 cubes into your lumber mill, up to 5. So if you had 10 cubes on the side, you can move 5 of them onto your lumber mill. Something you might want to do, I don't know. Lastly, let's talk about G. So the way G works is, there's no surveyor, right? So we're replacing the surveyor action with this card. So the way this card works is if at the end of the round you had 1 worker on here, get 2 ore. You get it from the bag. But if you had 2 workers on here, on the same spot, you'll get a steel. So when you go around putting workers, you put a worker here. You go around again, you'll put a second worker on top. If you had 4 workers, you can put 1, 2, and then another 1, 2 here. There's no restriction on how many times you can be here, but you'd have to stack guys on top to get the steel. When you resolve this, there's 2 guys on 1, you get the double bonus here. There you go, that's how that works. Right? Super easy way to get steel. I mean, it's a lot easier to get steel that way than it would be to get 6 cubes, go here, use the conversion action, or get 3 cubes and then come here, conversion action to do steel. So you're essentially using the 2 workers you would normally do like that and just stacking them both on top to putting them there. There you go. That's it. You play as per normal, figure out who wins. So let's do a short playthrough. Alright, the Neuhauser playthrough. So this one's going to be a bit longer than the other ones, I think, because the line is longer, and through my recent plays the game tends to be a bit longer because there's so much extra stuff to do. Plus you got to think about the extra trains, and there's a little bit more going on. But it's still a great scenario. If you want to have maybe a longer, more strategic game, you can play with this one. Plus the surveyor is like useless in 90% of the scenarios. At least this one, he just turns into an extra worker that you can get. So let's set up the weather, because obviously I forgot to do that. So we're gonna have fog and rain. Fog and rain. Alright, so turn 1, as per usual, I'm first player. I like to be first player. We've got our lumber mill there with our steel bar. So just to get things going and show you how things go, I'm gonna go buy a train right away, because again, in this scenario you can buy a train right away, and when this event hits, that's when you can get your second train. That's why it makes it easier for us to get steel, because when we gotta pay for a train, it's gonna hurt. So yellow's gonna, green's gonna do the same thing, because he likes to copy me. We do have a fog event coming up. Should you start chopping down some wood? No. Gonna go get some resources. I'll get resources, but I'll be first player. Green will get resources. Ooh, a double excavation. That's nice. So he'll go get that. And there you go. That's round 1. Let's execute these actions. So yellow's gonna go. He'll take 1 of each. So stone is actually hard to get in this scenario because the conversion to get stone doesn't exist anymore. So this is the only way to get stone using this action. So if you want stone, you gotta go get it. Green's gonna go. It's gonna take 2 and 1. Then I'll go. I'll stay first player. I'll take 2 and 1 as well. Let's get that to yellow. We're gonna go this way. Alright, so here we go. So let's buy our first train. So I'll turn in my steel here. So what train do I want? Good question. So I'm looking at these these special ones down here. These are the ones that come only with this scenario. So let's look at some of these special abilities on them. So this one's straight up 5 points. This one is a work rate +1 instead of the +2 from the base game, but it only costs 1 steel and not 2 like the other one. We'll talk about this one last. This one has no power. He just gets the extra worker for only 2, so it's quite easy to power this up. Let's talk about this one. This one, it's quite interesting. After the F action, so after the drawing contract card action, you can use a coal to discard one of your contracts and grab another one from the card row. Could be useful, could not be useful. You can switch it for a contract you can actually satisfy. Something to think about. So I'm gonna grab the work rate one. It does have the highest value here, 4, but because I'm chopping down more wood, maybe I'll get to that higher number faster. So let's put that into my tableau here, so as a reminder. Green's gonna go. He's gonna give up his steel as well. Now, which one does he want? He's gonna grab you know what? He's gonna grab the one with points on it. I'm gonna go straight for victory points. See how that turns out. Yellow's gonna go. He's gonna take one of my favorite cards in the game, the double excavation. Good. Always useful. And there we go, that's the end of round 1. So all actions that were executed. Slide the contract row over. We adjust the weather. Slide down. Another fog. And fog's in effect this round, so there's going to be no excavation and no laying down track. So let's refill our stockyard. We'll be back. Alright, turn 2. So set up our cubes here, so the excavation or chopping down wood event happens. So it's in 2, so 2 cards worth of rubble or trees. I should start remembering trees because I'm going to be saying that a lot this game. Yeah, so there you go. So that's what the AI did. So let's go. I'm next, first player. Unfortunately, I can't power up. Maybe I should have thought of that. I don't have any coal, and I don't have any lumber yet. And we can't get lumber this turn. So I don't know if it was smart to get that trainer right away. But anyway, let's just keep on going on. So there's a ton of ore, and I want ore. So we'll stay first player here because we can't really excavate. Green as well. He didn't have any coal and he doesn't have any stone lumber, so he can't get a worker yet. So what does he want to do? So I guess everyone's gonna go for resources again. Just to get started here, I'm gonna grab a card. There's a card there I really want. Green. Green doesn't have a card yet, and he sees a card there that he might like. And yellow's gonna have not enough, so yellow's actually gonna use this spot. So I'll show you how that works. So let's execute this. Turn 2. Green's gonna go first. I'll take 2 and 1 again. Yellow's next. He's at gonna have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. So he's gonna take 3 ore. Then I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take 2 and 1. Just to show you my tableau again. Where am I? Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take this. So this on G. I'm gonna actually be able to go into the bag and draw 3. Hopefully I can get a coal cube to power up my 3rd worker. So let's put that on the side. Green's gonna go. He's gonna grab this card. The reason he's gonna take this card is because he can use this card to pay for that steal when the event number 6 happens here. So that's nice. So it's gonna save himself a steal. Then yellow goes. So the way this works is because he only had one worker stacked, he's going to get 2 ore from the bag. So I'm going to do that. I'll do that while I fill up this section here. So let's fill up the card row. The sun, slide this down. Sun, adjust for rain. It's going to come down. Remove the rain. I'll fill up the bag and give yellow their cubes. Alright, turn 3. Obviously, I forgot to tell you what the 3 cubes I drew. So I drew 1 of each. Lucky me. So I will use 1 of these coal cubes back in the bag to get my 3rd worker. So I'm the first one to get that. Alright, so these are the cubes I got from the bag. Let's put them in where they belong. Event cube, so now we can all purchase our 2nd train if we have steel. And this one is a late track event. We're going to go, the rate is 1, it's going to take the first one. Let's just remove it from the game. Alright, so I'm first player, I got 3 workers. What do I want to do? Look at my tableau. I do want to get more coal to power up my train next turn. And I do need 2 ore to get 2 steel bars. So what I'm thinking is being first here to get the coal and the 2 ore, and then put my 2nd worker right up here to get my steel bars. Oh, I forgot to remove the fog. Whoops, sorry. My bad. So what I'll do is I'll go first to make sure that I get a coal, and I'll go there next to power up another coal. So I'll have 2 coal. Green. So the chopping down lumber is only 1, so it's not really worth it. What does he want to do? So gonna go try to be first player. Yellow does have the double excavation, but because it's at 1, kind of useless right now. He's gonna look at these cards here. Do an extra build action. Does he have enough stone? Does anyone have enough stone to build? Actually, we can't even build here because this is not excavated yet. We can't build, we can't get trains, we can't lay track, we can't although it is 5 points, you know what, he will lay track. Why not? Might cost him some steel, but he's feeling good about that move. So I'm gonna go do what I wanted to do. Come here. Green's gonna go next. Green's gonna grab a card. Yellow will get some resources. And now I just noticed something. I can go there and chop down two trees because I have the +1. So I'll do that. So let's do it. Let's execute this. So I'm gonna go first. I'll take. I needed 2 of these, and I'll take 1 of these to power up my worker next turn. Yellow's gonna go. So yellow's at 6 ore. Doesn't need more ore. So I'll take 1 of each. Then green's gonna be first player next turn. So we'll give him the marker. And he's gonna take not much left. He's at 4 ore, so he's gonna take 2 to get to 6. So he can run his conversion and a stone. Then I'm gonna go. I'm gonna look at the work rate. It's 1, but I get the +1 because of my my train. So I get to chop down 2 trees. Yay, 2 cubes. So these 2 cubes don't go on my lumber mill. They actually go on the side. So let me make a little stack up here. And then when I move them, I can just move them down. Okay, then conversion. So let's see what I have. What I'm thinking about doing is I have 6 ore for 2 steel bars. Then I can turn in my 2 lumber to get a coal. So that's what I'll do. I'll get it from the bag. I'll get that coal. And I'll turn this in, get 2 steel bars. So look in our tableau, we can sort of energize our 3rd worker 2 more rounds, and I got 2 more steel bar. So yellow's gonna go. Yellow gonna use a steel bar to lay track. That's the big 5-pointer there. You don't see it? There it is. Green's gonna go. Do we have any cards to use? No, he's got that contract one. He's gonna use the. He's already got an objective for rail. He's gonna get this card. So this one lets him do a build action after everyone else has done a build action. He's got a lot of stone, so maybe he's gonna do it. And there you go. So the end of the round, slide everything over. Just the weather, sun again, it's nice. And fog action, fog event, a weather event. There you go, that's blocked off. Let's fill up the cubes. All right, turn 4. Let's do this as quick as possible here. No event cubes taken. I will use obviously my coal to power up my my third worker, which I already have here. Yellow's first player. He can't excavate or lay track. He really needs steel. There's only one conversion spot here, so he'll do it. He has a ton of ore. It sucks for the rest of us because that's what we wanted to do. So, okay, I really want to be first player, so the next turn I could excavate for points first, right? Because it'll go up to 3. With my +1, I'll be able to excavate, so I'll go here to be first player. Green's gonna go. Green could build, so he'll build, why not? What else? What else? What else? Yellow. Yellow's got 2. He can build as well. Sure, why not? Gonna build. Then I'll go. Not ideal for me. I wanted to build too. Well, I can't build and I can't chop down wood, so let me get a card. Yeah, Green's gonna go. You know what, Green's gonna not play stupid. He's gonna go get that coal to power up his third worker. He hasn't used it yet because he hasn't been able to get any coal. And then my third worker, should I go get more resources? So there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 cubes here. No, I'll go get another card. Go get some cards. Alright, so there you go. So let's do this. So we're gonna go here. Green's gonna go first. He's obviously gonna grab his coal. He's sitting with 6 ore, so he doesn't really need it. So yeah, so let him do that. I'll do that. I'll go. I have no ore, so I'll take 3 ore. Actually, I do have 1 ore. There you go. So yellow's gonna go. Yellow has a lot of ore. So it's gonna turn in his 6 ore. Gain 2 steel bars. He might go get a train this turn actually instead of building. Might be better for him. Green's gonna go. He's gonna turn in 3 stone. I forgot to turn this over. 3 stone to put his marker here. Remember, we could build here because all the rubble's been removed before it. Yellow's gonna go. He's gonna actually, instead of building, he's actually gonna use a steel bar to get a train. Which one does he want? He's gonna take the one with no special ability, but it only takes 2 lumber to fire off that third worker. So that should be nice. Plus with his double excavation, he might be able to get a ton of lumber at once. Alright, so that's that. Then I'm gonna grab 2 cards. So let's look at my tableau here. Quick. I can get for 7 houses. That's gonna be tough to do. But I can get a free, you know what, this is really good for me. I can completely excavate the following spot. Let's do that. And then I will also take this. I don't really like this ability, but it is 18 points. Let's take this one. So let's try to get 7 houses in there. Alright, so look at my tableau here. I got 2 cards I can activate, and I got this objective contract cards to do. Alright, so there's my 2 cards, and that's the end of the round. So I'm first player. Next round, it'll be good. Here we go. So I'll slide this over. Another sunny day. So we're going to adjust for sun. It's going to go up twice, it's going to go up once. I'll remove these. I'll get the cubes. Alright, so let's put these cubes where they belong. We did get 1 event cube here, so it's the build station. Gonna go up. Boom, this one's done. Oh, well that sucked because I want to excavate there. Oh well. We'll return these to the bag. Alright, so this round, all 3, now that we all have trains, we're all gonna give up a coal. And we'll all get a 3rd worker. So green and yellow. So I'm first. I mean, I'll still excavate at 4. I'll still do it. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's do it. So I'll excavate here and here at 4, and I'll still score the points there. At this point, I could remove these cubes. Nobody can do anything on this site. Okay, so there's that. Green's gonna run a conversion. Actually, he's gonna grab some. He's gonna grab some wood before. You know what? He doesn't want to get shut out. Because if he goes there, then I'll definitely go there. So he'll go there. Yellow. Yellow. Yellow's got no resources left, so he'll go first player. He doesn't really care. Although he doesn't have any. He does have a coal left. You know what? He'll go first to make sure he gets another coal. Then I'll go second to make sure I get a coal. Green. Now green can go excavate to get that extra coal there. Yellow. The rate is only 1 for lane track, so if he waits an extra turn, you know what? Yellow is going to do something creative. He's going to go here, and I'll go next. I will camp. Well, actually, I'll excavate and then I'll free up that spot. So I'll build. Then green notices that he's only got 1. He's going to get resources and be first player next turn. Yellow will put his guy on top of here. So let's do it. Yellow will go first. We'll grab 1 of each. I'll go next. I'll grab 1 of each as well. Just to remind you of my tableau. Green's gonna go first player. He's got 6 ore, so he's actually gonna grab more stone. Yeah, there you go. Alright, then chopping down wood. So work rate is 3. I have my special train, so I do 4. So these 4 are gonna actually be not in my lumber mill. Going to be on the side. So when I process them, then they're going to jump onto here. Green's going to go next. He's going to chop down wood at 3. So these 3. So both these cards get flipped over. Now green's going to go convert. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 steel. You know what? His train. You know what? He'll also do 2 lumber to get the coal from the bag. So he'll get a coal from the bag, and I'll turn this in for 2 steel bars. There you go. So that was that. He's also first player. Let me rearrange these guys here. Alright, then I'll build. So I'm gonna build. Oh, I forgot to put my marker out. Duh. So build, I'll use 3 stone to build. So remember, I gotta get 7 markers out there on these stations. So at least that's 2. Yeah, there you go. That was the build action there. Then yellow. Now look at that, 2 workers. So what happens? He's gonna get a steel bar. Boom. Pretty efficient, gotta say. So let's refresh this. Let's adjust the weather. Rain. Sun's gonna hit. It's gonna go to the max. It's gonna go to 2. Let's refill the cubes. Alright, turn, I don't know what this is, 6, 7, something like that. So let's put our cubes at. Another vent cube. Oh, excavation. Ooh, this is gonna hurt. So it's 4. Ooh, boy, that's gonna suck. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll flip those cards over later. Yeah, so that was that. So at the start of the round, okay, so I'll show you how this works. So to power up this train here, to get my 3rd worker, I'm gonna put these 4 cubes in my lumber mill here, and that's gonna give me access to my 3rd worker this round. The other 2 players are gonna use a coal cube because they don't have the lumber to pay for it. So everyone's gonna have 3 workers this round, like last turn. But more importantly, at least I got some cubes in here so I can use them to build. Well, I can't build in there, but there's other spots that I can use wood to build. Alright, that's going to help with my 7 spots that I got to fill up. Okay, so green. Alright, so the excavation rate is 4. He sees that. He can score some easy points by getting some wood there. He can also lay track because he's got a lot of events for laying down track. He's got to do a bit of everything. He's got no resources left. He's got steel. He can lay track. He can excavate. Yeah, he has an extra build card. He could have used that last turn, to be fair. You know what? Let him excavate. He's gonna go chop down some trees to score some points there. Yellow, 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 yellow. Yellow does need to lay some tracks for his objective, so he'll do that. Oof, that puts me in a bind. I want to do both. I want to both excavate, go get the points there, and lay track, because the next 2 spots are going to be 3 and 4, 7 points. But none of my objectives are to lay track, so you know what? Screw that. Let's go chop down some trees. Green's going to say thank you very much. Although, wait, he's got to... Okay, both of them need to realize, though, that if this event comes out, they won't be able to pay for their train because they'll be using their steel bars. So I already know Yellow's probably going to use both their workers there to go get a steel bar as a precautionary measure if he uses both his steel bars to build track. Unfortunately, Green can't do that. So he won't lay track. That'll sort of screw him over. He doesn't even have enough ore to convert. That sucks. So Green's not gonna lay track this round. Could he build? He's got stone. Yeah, he's got stone. He's gonna go build. Yellow. So now Yellow. Well, Yellow's gonna do what I told him to do. He's gonna go get a steel bar. Now what am I gonna do? I can build, but I do need my steel bar. Anyway, let me be first player for next turn. Green. Green's gonna grab a card. Actually, no. Green needs resources because if he builds, then he's got nothing left. So he's gonna go here. Maybe get his coal also. Yellow will get a steel bar, and lastly, me. I will convert to get ready for next turn. Next turn I'll lay track. I'll get the 3 and the 4 if I can. So let's do it. Let's come this way. So Green is gonna take. He's got 2 ore, so that'll bring him to 3. So that's great. I'm gonna go. I'll be first player. Come back to me. So I'm gonna go. I'll take the coal for sure. Take 1 of each. Alright, chop down some wood. So the work rate is 4. So it's going to remove 3 and 4. So he's going to have a marker there. Then I'm going to go Remember, I chopped down wood at 5 because I had a +1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So again, this goes outside of my lumber mill, not inside. I can use that next turn to power up the train again. So that's both of these, and I always forget to put my marker. So I'm at 3, I need to get to 7. Alright, so almost halfway there. Then conversion, so I got 6, and I will use 2 to get another coal from the bag. There you go. So just as a reminder, I got a lot of coal. Although maybe it was better to keep it so that I can build with it in the lumber yard. You know what? Let me take that back. Put the coal back. I'll keep the wood. I figure I'll need it to build in the stations. Alright, so that's conversion. First player. Okay, yellow is going to build track. So, going to give up his 2 steel bars. Take 2 of his markers and build here. Sorry, here and here. Oh wow, that sucks. They're 2 and 2. I didn't realize this one wasn't built. Oh boy. Okay, well, sucks for him. All of these over. Alright. So green's gonna build. So what green's gonna do, he's got 4. Well, he's gonna use 3 for sure to build, and this juicy 3 spot here. And then what he's gonna do, he's gonna use his card to get an extra build. He's gonna tap that. He's gonna use a steel to build in here. Alright, the reason he's using up his steel and he doesn't mind about that event, he still has that card to pay for it, so he's not really worried about that. So that was this. Then yellow's gonna go. He's gonna get his steel bar. Boom, to pay for the train in case that event hits. And there you go, we're done. We'll slide these all over. Slide this down, it's rain. Adjust to the end. Let's build the cubes. Alright, so luckily for yellow, he did get that steel. Now he can pay for it. So everyone's gonna have to pay a steel bar for their train. We all have a steel bar, so we're all okay. Actually, green's gonna keep his because he's gonna use his card, tap it. There you go. So that worked out great for green. So next, I was first player, right? Yeah, I think so. I put my token there. Alright, so let's look at this. So the work rate is 4, so I can get rid of those 4. 5. Double excavation. What do I want to do? I need more steel bars. Oh, sorry, I forgot to pay for a 3rd worker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this power again to get the 3rd worker. So I'm going to put 4 cubes here. So already I needed 7 rubble or lumber. So I'm above 7 already, but I might use some of these to build. Which is why I might go excavate right away. You know what? That's what I'll do. And obviously, actually green's gonna do his power with 3 to get his 3rd worker, so he's got 3 in the lumber mill. And yellow's gonna just use a coal to get his 3rd worker. So we all have 3 workers, so I already put out my worker. Green's got to lay some track, but he's only got one. He's only got 1 steel. So let him go get more steel. So hopefully nobody takes that spot. He's gonna make steel and then build track this round. Yellow, what does yellow want to do? Yellow's got 3 stone and 2 ore and nothing else. But what he does see, he does still have that double excavation action, so he'll go there. He'll get the juicy 6-point card. There. Then I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have no resources at the end of this. I need everything. But actually, what I'll do is I'll go build. I really need to start building. Or you know what? I might actually go get my second train. That might not be a bad idea. So I'll get 4 workers start next turn. Green. Green wanted. Oh yeah, green wanted to come here to get a steel. Yellow. Yellow, yellow, yellow just needs resources, so he's gonna go here. Got nothing. Yeah. Yeah, yellow's gonna go there. Then I will. This might hurt, but let me look at some of these. This is the E action, which is that action there, so I can get a train. Building. This is kind of useless right now because we're running out of stone. Well, there's a couple of stone places coming up. Another house. No, I definitely don't want that. I'm already trying to get 7. So, oh, let me build again. No. Yep. No. Yep. Yeah. Let me build. Green's gonna build his track. Yellow's gonna prep for next turn. He's gonna get resources. The next turn he can do the conversion because he'll have enough ore. Alright, so let's do it. So green's gonna go. Green will take 2 ore. Yellow's gonna go. He's gonna take, he can take 6 cubes, so he's gonna take 4 of these and 2 of these. Alright, so excavation or chopping down wood. So my rate is gonna be 5. So I'm gonna do 4, 5. Card. So again, these go outside. Always remember that they go outside. So yellow is going to use his double excavation card here. Always handy. So he's going to remove 8 cubes. So there's 5 on here. 6, 7, 8. Boom. There you go. Put his marker on the 6 point here. That's nice. Alright, so that was there. So green's going to go. He's gonna pay for steel. Get a steel. Then he's gonna lay track. He's got 2 steel. The rate is 2. He's gonna take 2 markers and just put them on the next 2 tracks. The juicy ones are all coming up. So those were 2, 2, 3, 3. Then it's 4, 4, 4, 4, 3. So we're going to lay track in the middle there. Yeah, so I'm gonna build twice. So looking at my tableau here, I'm thinking about using my lumber to build in the houses. Although nobody else really has a lot of lumber in their lumber mill, so I'm not really forced. I could use my stone first, which is what I'll do. I'll use stone to first build a 2. That's 4 points. That's 4 points. I'll build here to finish off the station. Then I'll use 3 from my lumber mill. Should I do 3 or 4? I'll do 3. I'll do 3 to put my marker on this spot right here. So now I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 7. Not bad. It's looking good. It's looking good. Sorry, another thing that I would have done on my turn is if you look at my cards, obviously I got a lot of stuff to keep track of. I have this card here which lets me, after all the excavation actions have been resolved, you may completely excavate the next space with rubble on it, or with lumber. So I'll use this, tap it, and lo and behold, the next spot has a point scoring thing on it. So I would excavate all of that. This goes on the outside, but more importantly, I get to put another marker out. That's great. So I take care of both of these, and that's the end of the round. So let's move this up. Let's move this down, sun, just for rain, will go down. So let's get some cubes. Alright, so these are the cubes that we drew. Put these in here. So an event, trigger the track. That sucks, it's 2. Oh man, 2 of the higher point ones are gone. Alright, so there you go. So let's pay for a third worker. I'll be taking the cubes again from here, so 4 cubes, adding them to my lumber mill. And every other player will also use lumber to pay for their third worker, so everyone could keep their coal. So yellow's first player. So yellow has a lot of resources, and he doesn't want to lose access to this spot. That sucks for me, I think. Did I want to do that? No, I didn't want to do that. So I can still build. I have a ton of lumber that I can build with, but I got no resources. Oh yeah, I'll add these back to the bag. Do I want to chop down some more wood? So I chopped down at 4, so it won't get me very far. There's a ton of wood to chop down and near the end. There are a ton of points to score. Do I want more cards? 5 tracks. Anyone close to that? Green's got 2. Yellow's got 3. Oh, yellow has 3. Yellow might go for this. And then he's going to get steel bars. He can build. Oh yeah, okay. Yellow's definitely going to try to do that. What do I want to do? I'll get resources. I want to be first player next turn. That's for sure. So green's got almost nothing. Green's got 6 lumber to build. It's got 2 coal. He's got 2 ore and a stone. Can't really do anything. So he's gonna, whoops. He's gonna go here to get resources. So yellow, what did I say yellow wanted to do? Yellow wanted to get this card. He's gonna lay track. Then he's gonna get the card and satisfy this. Wow, that's crazy. Then I'll go. You know what? Let me get more resources. And green hates me, because that's what he wanted. So green falling behind on the lumber game here, so let him get some lumber. He needs those 3 to power his worker next turn. Yellow, so yellow's going to get that card. I will, you know what, let me go grab a card as well. And poor old green, what is he going to do? Can't really do anything with coal. Gonna get some ore. Doesn't have steel bars. Actually, I would not do that. What I would do is go here, because I might go get a second train. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Green can't even afford a second train, but he'll go get another card. Alright, let's do it. So we're gonna come this way. So green needs let's take 1 of each. I'm gonna go grab 6 cubes and be first player, which is what I really needed. 6 cubes. Look at my tableau. It's got almost no cubes, so I can take everything. So I'll take, do I care about stone coming up? Yeah, there's a couple of stone things here. No, because I want steel bars. So I'll take 6 ore. There you go. So green's gonna go. Gonna chop down some wood. So chop down at 3. That'll power up his worker next round. Put this over. Yellow's gonna convert. So I'm gonna go get 2 steel bars. Boom. And because he no, he can power up his worker with the lumber. So he's gonna do that. You get 2 steel bars, but it's gonna end up using it right away. So lay track, it's gonna lay 2 steel bars. I'm gonna put 2 markers out here. Then I will go crazy. I will use 1 steel to get this beautiful train. So I'm doing that just for mostly the points more than anything else. Making coal. So let's look at my tableau. So every round I can get 4 workers now. I have to use either coal or my lumber cubes here to power up the worker. So this guy, so yellow, is going to grab this card. He can still use the ability, but more importantly, 40 points. He's already built 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's crazy. That's super hard to do in the base game, but he's done it here because the track is much longer. Then green's gonna go. So what is green close to accomplishing? He's got a 1 for 3 rail. So he's got to lay 1 more rail. He's got the lumber one already. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he just needs to lay. He's got to get 1 more station to satisfy this. Yeah, so I'll take this. And there you go. Let's refill. Readjust. Fog. Rain. There you go. So let's get the cubes. Alright, so let's put out our cubes here. So I just realized that we're getting close to the end of the game because we're just missing 3 tracks to be laid, and that'll trigger the end game when this one has tracks on it. So okay, so we did get a station event, which this one's already full, so I'll block off. That's the whole station. So we're dealing with 3 stations here. So am I on 4 already? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm on 4, so my objective's done. Alright, so let's do some housekeeping here. So let's all pay for our workers. So yellow's gonna pay their 3rd worker with lumber. Green will do the same with lumber, so they have their 3rd worker. Looking at my tableau now, I'm gonna use lumber for this one and a coal cube for that one. So I'll get rid of a coal and I'll get 4 lumber and I'll put them on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I can get a couple of more objectives with the lumber, which won't be so bad. So I'm first player, so there might be 1 or 2 rounds left. If this event comes out, well, it's only doing it at 1. I'm looking at everyone's situation. Nobody has steel bars. Okay, so nobody's going to be building a lot of railroads. So this is probably the 2nd last turn, let's say. So I want some steel bars, so I'm going to go here to get my steel bars. Although, looking at where the track is now, if this event hits, it's going to clear off all the rubble off that card. There's a ton of rubble on that card. So I take off at 3, so it's not even enough to put a cube on the last card. Oh boy. Do I take a chance and go on the 2nd spot? Somebody excavates before me to take out, and I'll get a marker down. No, I won't take a chance, so I'll go here. So I forgot to take my 4th worker actually. So green, what does green want to do? Green's looking at these objectives. Ooh, a double excavate near the end of the game. You could take a chance to try to do this to get the extra points there. Lay track's useless, and this is drawing contract cards. Try and get lucky. Although this, he's already got this. No, you know what? He's gonna build. He's gonna use some of his lumber. He's got extra lumber. Yellow. Yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He needs to lay the last 2 track for another objective, but he's got no cards, so he's gonna try to get some cards. satisfy some other objectives. Like he can do this one. Then I will go. You know what, just in case there is another turn, I want to be sure to be first player. Then green's gonna go. What's green gonna do? He can't lay track. Actually, I really want to double excavate just in case, and I can use my superpower. I'll go there. Then green's gonna say, I want to be first player. Then yellow is gonna build to try to use some of his stone. Then I'm gonna go. So I will definitely go here. Green's gonna go. There's not much to do now. So green's gonna chop down some wood. Yellow. Yellow. Can't do much. I guess I'll get resources. And then my last guy. What does he want to do? You know what? I'll be nice. I'll be nice to green. I'll get green a marker there, but I just want the cubes to add to my lumber mill. Alright, so let's do it. So, let's go this way. So I'm gonna go, I'll grab 3 ore. Yellow's gonna go. Boy, what does yellow do? Yellow's gonna get 3 stone. And yeah, yellow's gonna grab a lot of stone because he's gonna build a lot of stone now. Green's gonna go. He'll actually take 3 stone as well. Green's first player. So, excavation, I remove 3 rubble. So I do 3. Green's gonna go at 2. So remove these 2 cubes. And more importantly, he puts a marker out. Then build. So both of them picked up a ton of stone. So that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna use up their stone. So what's the most points you can get on the board? So it's gonna use a 4 to get 9 points here. Which is maybe what I should have done. Maybe I should have built to use up some of that lumber. Then yellow. What's the most points you can get? It's also gonna spend 4. The other 9 pointers up here. There you go. I forgot to do my conversion. Going out of order here. So spend 9 to get 3 steel bars. Maybe a waste. Gonna get extra resource near the end of the game for nothing, maybe. The yellow needed this card for the objective, or the contract, let's just say. And I will. I can do this already, and I can do the ability too. You know, let me take this card and then I activate the power, which is draw 2 cards. So I'll draw 2 and I'll keep the one that I want. So 15 lumber, I'll definitely have 15, so I'll keep this card. Toss these out. So just to show you what I have here. So I need 15 lumber, but I definitely have more than 15 down here. Or close to it anyway. I'm at 13, but I'll power it up, I get to 15. So that's good. So there you go, we're done. So slides over. Turn this like that. Slide these down. Rain. Okay, well, let's get some cubes. If I do pull out 2 event cubes, it'll fill out those 2 tracks, and then there's only 1 left to build. We'll see how that goes. So let's pull out those cubes. All right, I don't know, 9 or 10 round. Not sure. So we got lucky. No event cubes were taken out, especially the ones that I wanted, because I sort of want to excavate down there to get the extra points and extra lumber. Alright, so I'm going to pay for my third worker with lumber here, 4 more, and I'll use a coal for my 4th worker. The other guys will, actually green has to use a coal, he doesn't have enough lumber, and yellow will pay with lumber. Oops. So I'm at 4 workers, I'm last actually this round, so let's go. So the work rate is 4, you can get another marker up there. What else does he want to do? Yeah, he's got nothing else to do. He's gonna do that. Yellow won't excavate, he doesn't need it. He's got a ton of stone, so he's gonna go build. I'm gonna waste all his resources. Then I will excavate to make sure I grab all those stone cards. Plus I have my my +1, so I'll be able to clear off the 2nd spot there. Green. What does green want? Green, well, all these objectives need track. Green's on 2 track. He does need to get another track for one of his objectives. So, what he's gonna do is he can get his steel and then build his track. That's what he's gonna do. Yellow will grab more stone to build, or maybe get a contract card, but he's gonna grab more stone. And I get to go 2 times in a row. So double excavation. Boy. I could end it now, because if I build this, I build 2 track. Then green will build the last track. But do I want to? That is the question. Sure, let's do it. And green will come here. Yellow says, oh my god, no. I gotta use up my resources. So actually he needs objectives. He doesn't have cards. And I get to go twice in a row. My last 2 workers. So I will go here. And I will go here. Alright, so yellow's gonna go. Sucks. It's gonna grab 2 stone again and a coal. Alright, green's gonna go. So green excavates at 4. So that's all 4 cubes up here. You get to put his marker out. Now, more importantly, I excavate at 5. Sweet. Get all these cubes. I get to put my marker out. Although it is only 2 points. Not the best. And green's gonna go get a steel. Turn this 3 for a steel. And lay track. Alright, here we go. I've turned in 2. To lay 2 track. Alright. I don't think I've laid track. Nope. Do I have my 8 spots? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I'll get the build and get my 8th, thank god. Green's gonna go. Gonna use the steel. Use up. Alright, so there you go. That triggers the end game. The last track card has been laid. Alright, so yellow's gonna go. He's got a ton of stone, so what's the most stone he can get? There's a 3 over there at the end, so we'll pay 3 stone. Put a marker out down here. And I'm gonna go. So I gotta count 15 rubble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I can use 2 and not lose out on that objective. Unfortunately, there's nowhere with 2. So what I will do is I will use a steel bar instead to lay a steel bar down. So that's 6 points, 6 points. Oh, if I had an extra steel bar, 12 points. Oh well, okay, so I'll go there, 6 points. So now objectives, so which one could yellow do? Yellow can't do any more with things with track. He can't do any of them because it's on 5 track and he's got that 40 pointer, so these all need track. So he's gonna take this one, whatever, doesn't really matter. Can't satisfy it anyway. Actually, maybe with the other one, 15, 24, 49. Actually, he'll get more points that way because he's got a card with 2 and 3, and together they add up to more than 40. Alright, so I will go. So I just laid 2 track that turn, so I'll take this card. 15 points. And there you go, that's the end game. We're all done. No point of refilling anything. Let's calculate the points. Alright, here we go. Well, Ping takes it down with the 94 to 90 to 90. This is the closest game we've had up to now, so it's pretty cool. Overall, I really like this scenario. It's great. It feels good to have extra workers, not have to deal with a stupid surveyor that doesn't do anything in most scenarios. That concept is garbage. Yeah, it's cool to get your 4th worker and do stuff. So if you want to know how to score, as per usual, you count all the yellow points that you have on these cards or markers. Then after, you're gonna see who has the trains. So I actually won just because I bought that 9-point train, and green had that 5-point train. And then the objectives, well, I hit every single one. So I ended up building 2 track. I have 15 lumber in my lumber yard here. I ended up building more than 7 stations. So I calculated all that, ended up with 94. I win. Alright, see you on the next one.